Alright, before this video starts, I need to address some of the allegations. And for those of you who are calling me out in the comments saying that this room is barren, I promise I am working on it. I received so many DMs about how barren my room is. I have went and acquired a picture of Soldier Field. Yes, I know the Bears are moving soon. I needed something on the wall. I just had to call that out and address that quickly. The amount of DMs and comments I've gotten about there being nothing in this room, I'm working on it a little bit. It's hard having a half recording studio as a room. I am addressing the allegations. Picture will be up in a couple weeks, and then hopefully you guys can be happy. You know, I got to be honest, yesterday is one of the weirdest NFL games I have ever been to in my life. I rolled up to the tailgate that I was invited to by some good friends of mine, and I immediately had a big hat thrown on my head. Let's toss that, right here. Big hat thrown on my head. That was a lot of fun to wear for the first couple of hours. I then proceeded to walk into Soldier Field and see no offensive output the entire day, which was extremely confusing. Obviously, the Bears had a lot of hype due to Hard Knocks and all of the offseason acquisitions that they had. Yeah, needless to say, the offense did not perform close to how I expected them to. However, I think you can say the exact same thing for the Bears defense. What a performance keeping them in the game. Bill Barnwell tweeted out yesterday that teams that trailed by more than 2 possessions at halftime were 2 in 306 all-time when not scoring any offensive points in a game. The Bears somehow achieved that yesterday. They are the third team in NFL history to score 0 offensive points, be down by 2 or more scores going into halftime, and somehow won the game. I wanted to make a video to obviously point out how great the defense was and also talk about how the Bears absolutely fleeced the Seahawks a handful of weeks ago for defensive end Darrell Taylor, who was just an absolute game changer yesterday, especially in a game when Montez Sweat wasn't able to muster up anything because of all the attention he was getting on his side of the defensive line. Taylor, who the Bears traded a 6th-round pick for just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, was a game changer. Not only did he have a big forced fumble in the second half when the Bears were starting to pick up some momentum that eventually led to points, he was all over the place. If you don't believe me, Taylor won 50% of his pass rushes in yesterday's game. That was the most of any defensive end in the morning slate of NFL games. Taylor was all over the place, making big plays wherever it was. 8 combined tackles, 2 total sacks for him, as well as the forced fumble that led to 3 Chicago points. It's been said all offseason by everyone else in the media, and I definitely need to emphasize it. The Bears last year had no one across from Montez Sweat who could do absolutely anything. They brought in Austin Booker this offseason, another year for DeMarcus Walker in the building. Chicago needed someone to be able to step up across from Sweat, and I truly believe after watching 1 week, and it may be an overreaction Monday, is that Taylor could be that guy. It wasn't only Taylor that stepped up big for the Bears. Tyreek Stevenson obviously having the shovel pass that was picked off and brought back for a touchdown that had Will Levis looking like this. Jaylen Johnson also had one of the most picturesque games I have ever seen out of a Bears cornerback. 1 catch allowed for Johnson for -2 yards. 1 pass defended, 1 interception that sealed the game, and a 2.8 passer rating allowed. That is just wild to think about. Obviously, the Bears offense had their struggles. Darrell Taylor, though, could be an incredible steal. I mean, for a 6th-round pick to get someone that barely knows the defensive playbook to come in and do something like that in his debut week after having, 1 week of training camp practice and then 1 week of regular game prep practice, that was phenomenal to see. I don't really have much more to say there. I feel like he was an absolute steal. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Caleb Williams obviously getting a lot of slander after this one. Understandably so. I get it. The expectations are sky high in Chicago. I did not hear any booing at the stadium yesterday. People online were saying that Bears fans were booing Caleb Williams. I did not think that was the case. It's going to come with time for Caleb. We all know that the talent is there. That is undoubtable. However, there are some kinks, and as I said on the live stream last week, it's going to come with ebbs and flows the entire season. There is no doubt about that. However, I do think some people are overreacting. I still have full faith in Caleb Williams. I think the more that he plays, the more that the Bears and Shane Waldron continue to open up the offensive playbook for him, the better he will get. I am concerned, however, that Velus Jones is still on this team. Why are we still having this conversation? When we disappeared a couple of years ago, we were screaming from the top of the mountains to cut him. He still somehow has a roster spot, had one of the worst fumbles I have ever seen yesterday, completely flipped the momentum to the Titans. Get him off this team. I am so sorry. I don't know why we put Colin Johnson onto the practice squad in favor of Velus Jones. Please, Velus, respectfully, do not let the door hit you on the way out. I am just sick and tired of it. Keenan Allen looked a little banged up in the game, obviously coming in with that heel injury. Romo Dunze is getting an MRI today on his knee. That is not great. We did see some good offensive output from DeAndre Swift. I would love to see the Bears use their tight ends a little bit more moving forward. But overall, this was defensive dominated by the Bears, and I was happy to see it. Not much of a long video today. Just wanted to come comment on how I thought the defense performed yesterday. Live and in person, it was even crazier to see. So great performance overall. A win is a win. We will absolutely take that 7 and even 8 days a week. I am happy about it and will not complain. Not too sure what the channel's going to look like moving forward in terms of content. Once again, we're kind of trying to figure out our boundaries, make sure we have our ducks in line. I think we're going to have a couple of videos coming out each week. I think we're going to try and start posting a couple of YouTube shorts a week. We're going to be posting on Instagram and Twitter at BearDown. You can find those links down in the description. We're trying to figure it out. We want to deliver you guys more content. Know this was a short one, but just wanted to come give some of my thoughts on the game yesterday. This defense is going to continue to keep on rolling. Hopefully the offense can pick it up in week 2 in Houston. Looking forward to what we're going to see moving forward. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. If you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe. Bear Down is back. We're going to try and bring you as much content as possible. My name is Chris Malpe. Thank you so much for joining me once again. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.